Welcome to the new series that I'm starting on this channel regarding the idea how capitalists and capitalist advocates constantly confuse the idea of socialism and capitalism. Like, oh, they'll blame the faults of capitalism on socialism. So, I thought because there's a lot of talk going on trying to blame inflation on socialist things or spending, which some people do consider socialist, even though it's not really. I thought I'd make a quick video, more or less pointing out the the obvious confusion going on there, what is actually going on. But before we get into that, make sure you subscribe, not follow, but subscribe, comment, do all the things that, well, if you've been on YouTube for more than 5 minutes, you know what to do. So let's get right into it. So there's this claim going around that the main cause of our inflation, or at least a good chunk of it, is due to socialism or those COVID stimulus checks that were given out like several years ago. Somehow that's the cause of our inflation, which is of course utterly ridiculous. What's actually going on is corporations jacking up prices because they can. They've cornered so much of the market around the country. And there are parts of the country, the various regions, that they don't really have any real competition, or if there is any real competition, it's not, it's far and few between, it seems. So they're jacking up prices and maximize profits, and they're bragging about it. They're saying, "Hey, we'll ride this wave for as long as we can," and nobody's really complaining. Even though you hear grumblings on Twitter, or called X now. About how like people are complaining about how much food costs, how much fuel costs, and things like that, consumer goods in general. But no, they have to realize that it's not government spending or socialism that's causing the problem. It's these capitalists who are constantly doing what they can to raise prices and to keep wages low, just so they can maximize their profits. And that's just the built-in nature of what capitalism is about. And capitalist enterprise is, as one of its core functions, is to maximize profits any way it can. You want to suppress wages, suppress worker power. You want to keep the prices jacked up as high as possible, and it's just built in. I'm not saying it's inherently an evil thing. I'm just saying that's necessarily, but it's part of what goes on. It's built into the whole thing. That's its main function. Because if you're not making the most amount of money, then what are you doing, right? At least that's their mindset. So it's really cute when people try to confuse, like, oh, they gave us COVID checks, so now that's causing all this inflation. No, much, if not most, of the inflation that we see now is due to corporate greed and jacking the prices, and not the COVID checks that they gave out, or the what was it, the long-term child tax credit or whatever. So yeah, it's just, I'm seeing more and more of this, on the various social media platforms and whatnot, and people just not understanding what's going on. And then I tell them, it's like, no, it's corporations just charging more and more and more, and making more and more and more, making record profits. And of course, you got some people who are like, no, that's not true. I'm like, dude, even right-wing sources like Forbes or these other right-wing news outlets on the internet, even they understand and see what's going on. I mean, I guess those guys are communists now. Those guys are secret Marxists. And of course, the people, once I show them that, they get really indignant. Like, that's just too bad. This is, stop blaming socialism for the core feature of capitalism, which is profit maximization. It's really, like I said, just been bugging the fuck out of me. So anyway, this is, if you could, just leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think if you haven't already. Again, subscribe. It really helps out the channel. I'd appreciate it either way. And like I said before, also, that this video is probably going to be the first in a series of topics concerning how people who are capitalist advocates are constantly confusing socialism with capitalism. So if you could, I'll see you guys around next time, and yeah, take it easy.